Good morning, everyone. It's Tracy Frith here. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I always forget to say that part, from Sherwood Park, Alberta. And I am coming to you today to create a quick card using some designer paper. You can, maybe I'll say designer paper scraps for today. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a card that looks something like this one. And everything, or almost everything that I'm using today is actually retired product. I wanted to try and do some masculine stuff, and I just don't have any of the new product yet for masculine cards. So I thought I'd pull out some old stuff and try and do something that you could do with pretty much any kind of designer paper. So this is what we've come up with. So this is a card layout that I got from Karen, I think it's Titus is how she pronounces her name. And she runs a web page called Stampin' on the Back Porch. And she's used this layout to create a large quantity of cards at once. So I chose to do it just a few cards, but if you wanted to check out her webpage or her blog, it shows she has a few different methods to do lots of quick cards. All right, so I'm going to do a couple different ones today using the same paper but different patterns. All right, so I'm going to start with my card base again, which is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. So I've got two of those cut out. I'm just going to start with one for right now. And then I've got a matte in a color that coordinates with my paper. So this one is so my base is Night of Navy. My matte is Balmy Blue. And that is, I believe it is 5 1/4 by 4. Yep, 5 1/4 by 4 is the first matte. And then my white matte, or my neutral color, is 3 3/4 by 5. I have a couple of scraps that I'm going to use for my greeting. And then my designer paper, I started, let me pull up my other pieces here. I started one of them. Do I have it here? Yeah. I started with one sheet of, it was 3 by 4 1/4. And this is how it went together. And then there was a little piece at the bottom here. So you can do it this way. This is what Karen suggests. So 3 by 4 1/4 this way. And then you cut it at 1 1/2 by 4 1/4. So that gives you that piece. This is 1 1/2 by 1 1/2 is your little square piece. And then this piece is 1 1/2 by 2 1/2. And then you end up with this little one left over. So that's like 1/4 inch by 1 1/2. So this piece you can just discard. And then you have your 3 pieces left over. Now, if you're making multiple cards, so I decided to make 2 here. Oh, I guess I did actually start with 2 sheets. Thought I had done something different. Okay, so I had another piece of the 3 by 4 1/4 that I did the same thing to. Okay, and then you can take those pieces and mix them up. You can add more patterns if you want. I just chose to use the 2 and use the back side for that. So I'm going to take, I think I did, can't remember which patterns I put together. I think I did that one and that one. And then this one and this one, like that. Or did I do it the other way around? Now I can't remember. I've got them all mixed up. Nope, must have been the first option. All right, we'll figure it out as we go. Okay, I know I'm going to start with that piece. And then this piece, so it must have been that one. That was my leftover. There we go. Okay, I think I've got them sorted out. All right, so for my first card, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these pieces and I'm going to put them onto my first layer. And I need to find my glue. Okay, so this card is going to have a little bit of a different border. It has about 3/8 of an inch, I think, on the top and the bottom. And the sides, I think, was about 1/4 of an inch. Maybe it's a little more than 1/4 of an inch. Can't remember. But you can basically center them on your card as whichever way you like. Oh, I've got a lot of glue on that one. Get rid of some of that. So I hope everyone's having a good day so far today. I'm glad to be inside today. It's not very nice out here. It's very miserable, actually. So I'm going to go about there, I think, for my first piece. And then when I'm putting the other ones on, I just want to leave about 1/4 of an inch between all the different pieces. So I'm going to go that one next. And you can just take your designer paper and kind of flip it around and play with it and see what patterns you like together. And like I said, the reason that I chose this one today was because you can do this with any designer series paper, anything you like. All right. I'm going to go a little bit narrower. I went a little too far on that one side. That's okay. And then my last little piece. So this, I can't remember what this paper was called. I've already put it away. But this was from a couple of years ago. And the stamp set that it coordinated with was Sailing Home. So there was stamps and dies that coordinated with this designer paper. So I just want to make sure that I've got the top and the bottom of these two pieces lined up with the top and the bottom of this piece. And then hopefully mostly centered side to side. I'm a little bit off on this one. I put my first piece down a little bit too close to the center, but that's okay. I'll make it work. All right, so that's that. And then I can put that onto my mat. And I'm going to do the same with my other pieces. So I'm going to actually do two cards here today. All right, so there's my first one, the front of it at least. I'll put that aside for a second. Then I'm going to pull out my other one. Okay, so I've got pretty much all the same pieces here. I have a couple of scraps for my greeting. I'll just put those aside for now. Oh, I forgot. I have an inside piece, so 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside if you want to match your inside as well. My card base, same 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. I've got the same size mats, so 5 1/4 by 4, 3 3/4 by 5 for those. And I chose this one to mat it with Mossy Meadow instead of the Balmy Blue. All right, so I'm just going to put those out of the way for a second. I'll get these pieces on, and I'm going to do a little bit different pattern with these ones. So I'm going to put that piece. And maybe I'll switch these around too. I'll go that way. All right, so let's get those on. Oh, good morning, Mom. Oh, I'm picking up stuff that blew all over your yard. I know it's so windy out there today. That's all I could hear last night was the wind all night long. Try and get this one a little bit more centered. All right. So yeah, I realized the other day that it was Father's Day this weekend, so thought I should try and get prepared. Oh, good morning, Kevin. Or afternoon for you, I guess. Still morning here. Hopefully it's nicer out your end of the country than it is here. I look like I'm very straight on this one today. There we go. It'll work. Anyways, yeah, so Father's Day, so I thought I would try and get prepared with some cards, and then I'm trying to figure out what to actually do on Father's Day. I'm thinking of maybe ordering some from one of our local barbecue restaurants. But I'm not sure what the rest of the family is doing. We have a little grandson, so I'm not sure what they're doing. Or if his dad is in town, he works out of town, so they may or may not be celebrating with him. And if they're not, they may come over with us. We never know. Sunny but cool, Kevin said. On and off rain. Yeah. Yeah, we've had rain since Sunday, and I don't think it's supposed to stop anytime soon. I think we're scheduled for rain for the rest of the week. All right, let's get my greeting stamped here. So I'm going to use the same greeting, and I'm using, again, another old stamp set. For this card, I used a current one called Celebrating You. So it has a whole bunch of different sayings on it, but I used the Happy Father's Day from that one. And then I wanted to do something a little bit different for these ones. So I picked, this is a really old set. It's called Nailed It, and I'm going to use this stamp. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Scott likes to smoke and to barbecue and stuff like that, but we have a place in town here that we order from every once in a while, so I thought maybe that would be a good option for today. Or for Sunday, for Father's Day. All right, so I pulled out my basic black Stampin' Write marker. So I'm going to use that for one of them, and then for my other one, I'm going to go with the Mossy Meadow. And I am just going, because I don't want all these extra lines and bits here, so I'm just going to color on the letters of the Happy Father's Day for this one. So I'm going to go back to the old huffing technique here. So this is also a good way if you don't have a lot of different inks, if you have some of the markers. And these are not the blends, they're just the Stampin' Write markers. The blends, this will not work. You'll just color your stamp, and it will be nicely colored permanently if you do that. So make sure you're using the Stampin' Write markers for this, not the blends. And I just want to make sure I get my ink on the letters and not on the things that I don't want to show up on my paper, on my cardstock. Okay, I think that's good. So then I'm going to just take it up and basically breathe on it to sort of reactivate the ink. And hopefully get it centered here. Just has to be centered enough that I can cut it out. Oh, Okay, well that didn't work great. Let's try that again. I need, which side did I do that on? The Happy Father's Day side. I don't have my little cloth handy today. I don't know where I put it. Okay. So I did exactly what I didn't want to do on that and get ink on my piece of scrap paper. Okay, let's try that one more time. We'll see if I can get it. It worked really well yesterday. I'm going to try kind of coloring from the other side. See if that works better. All right. Okay, let's try that one. Turn my cardstock over and try it on the other side. Looks like it's okay. Okay, better. Wish this turned out just a little bit darker, but that is what it's going to be. I guess it'll actually coordinate because there's some gray on this designer paper too, so. I think I need to clean my chamois. Let's try the other side here. I'm getting lots of colors sticking around on my stamp. All right, so I've got that, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the Mossy Meadow. Do you have any big plans, Kevin, for Sunday? All right. Okay, let's see if I can make this one work a little bit better than the other one. I think it looks okay. Better. All right, I'll put that aside and then I'll get out my dies. So I'm going to use, just because I want to do some different shapes, I'm going to start with a layering circle die for this one. And this one is part of, what's it called? Tasteful Labels. I can't remember if that one is still current or not. Okay, so I'm going to put those through my cut and emboss machine, and I'm going to do an outline of Balmy Blue with that one. And this is from the new Stylish Shapes dies. So it's a double stitched circle, so I'm going to do that in Mossy Meadow. All right, I will be right back. I'm just going to turn around and get these cut. So I'm excited to order. I haven't done it yet, but I saw that Stampin' Up! Has now come out with a new magnetic plate for the the cut and emboss machine. So I'm excited to give that a try. I'm still using my original plate from the Big Shot. But the new one's supposed to be a lot better. I think it's one solid magnet, whereas the old one has kind kind of little magnets placed all around it, and it sometimes causes the dies to jump around a bit. All right, so there's my 2 greeting pieces. And then I'll just get my mats done here. See if I can do them both in one pass through. I think I can. Okay, got it. All right, so I can take those out of the way. And then the other stamping that I did, and I did this one ahead of time, I used a couple of the images from that Sailing Home stamp set, so I'm going to hopefully put those on my card. So I just did an anchor and a sailboat, just to use kind of as a bit of an embellishment. We'll see. We'll see. May or may not end up going on the cards. Let's pull out my 2 fronts here. All right, let's get these. So I'm just going to put these on flat, so just with my liquid adhesive, and then I'll pop the whole thing up, I think, on dimensionals, the whole greeting, once I get it all together. All right, so there's one. That will go on that one. And then this one will go on the Mossy Meadow. And then in a minute here, I'm going to show you some of the new paper in the catalog that would also work really well for masculine projects. All right, let's take this one. So I think I'm going to put that up a little bit on that, and I was going to add the anchor onto that. So I'm going to go like that. And then this one, put that up where you can see it. This one, I'll go a little bit more in the center, I think. Maybe I'll put that one up as well. Not sure. I'm not sure with that one. Maybe there, off to the side a little bit. All right, let's grab my dimensionals. I had them here. Okay, so I'm going to start with my circle. Some dimensionals on that. And then my anchor, I'm just going to put dimensionals on this part here, because this part I'll just glue flat down onto my circle. Maybe I'll just do that. Let's see how that works. Okay, and I have a few draws to do today as well. I waited. I had a video that didn't have a lot of comments on it, so I gave some extra time for that. Looks like there was a couple more. I will draw for that one this week. That was for my Waves of Inspiration card. And then I did 2 lives last week because I did not do one the week before. So I did some triple time stamping, so I'm going to draw for both of those as well. So those are, anybody that comments or shares my my videos, and you can comment either on the Artfully Stamped with Tracy page or on my my YouTube channel, which is also Artfully Stamped with Tracy. There we go. Let's get that one put together. So yeah, if you comment or share the post, then I will enter you into a draw to win the card for that particular video. And I am way behind in mailing out my cards to my previous winners, so I'm hoping this week or next I will get on top of that and get them all out. It's just been a little bit crazy with work and traveling and whatnot the last little bit, so that's the one thing that's well, one of the things, not the one thing, one of the things that I've gotten way behind on. So but I will get them out. All right. Missed one there. Okay, I think I decided I was going to offset that a little bit. So putting it a little bit off to the side. And then my sailboat. Okay, we'll put one. Oh, goodness. Make sure I'm doing it on the right side here. One there. And I'll do one a little bit closer to the top. And that should work, I think. All right, and we'll add that on. There we go. Okay, and then that can go onto my card. So yeah, so with this kind of a layout, you can cut up a whole bunch of different patterns of your pattern paper and just mix and match however you like. And at the end of the day, could come up with a whole bunch of different cards. So there's my two. Whoops, yeah, I did put that together. I just didn't put the insides in yet, but that's okay. And then if you wanted to add a little bit of bling to that, I used on this card, I used the classic matte dots. They come in black, gray, vanilla, and white. So you could use those, or I also pulled out the brushed metallic dots. So I thought those might work as well. I think I'm actually gonna try these ones on this, at least one of these cards. If I can get them out of the package. There we go. All right. So I'm thinking the kind of silvery-ish ones might work. Let's go down there. All right, so there's one. You know what? I'm going to pull out the black from this package and see for this one. There we go. All right, so 2, quick, simple Father's Day cards. Well, 3, if I count this one. All right, so there's those. Now, let's do the rest of the housekeeping stuff here. So I was going to show you some current paper that I thought would work well. So the first one that came to mind was the He's the Man designer series paper. So this one, most of them come with the 12 sheets, 5 each of double-sided, or 6 double-sided designs. This one has 5 double-sided designs, and then it also comes with 2 die-cut sheets. So there's some different shapes, so you wouldn't necessarily have to punch out your embellishment like I did with the little sailboat. This one comes with some already punched for you. And then I thought this Happy Forest Friends would work as well. So some of them, the front sides, but some of the back sides for sure would work. And potentially the pretty prints. It has some darker colors with some just like plant type prints. So I thought those would work not too badly. And oddly enough, while I find this a really feminine paper, there are some patterns in this texture chic that I thought would work really well on a masculine card as well. This is when I'm definitely on the top of my wish list to order, so we'll have to see when it comes, but I think that one would work as well for a masculine type card. And then you can use them for any other type of card, any of the papers would work. All right, so there's 3 different ones there, and I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the promotions that are going on right now. So most of these are, I've mentioned them before. So the first one is the BOGO sale for the kits collection. So that one you can look at any of the kits, and there are a couple of new ones I think either out or coming out soon, although the sale only goes to the end of the month here. So they are buy one, get one for 50% off. So there's lots of kits. There's kits that come with stamps and ink, but there's also some for non-stamping kits. So if you want to just basically just pull out the supplies and put your cards together, you don't have to even do any stamping for those ones. And then our last chance product list for the mini catalog is still up till the end of the month. So I'm sure some of that is started to be unavailable now because supplies have dwindled out, but there's probably still some good deals there. You can check that out. And then last but not least, my winners. So let me try and pull out my cards that I'm giving away here. So I'm going to put these ones away. I have the Waves of Inspiration one that I did on May 25th, and that winner is going to be my mom for that one. And then I had one of the first triple time stamping one that I did. This one is going to go to Leanne. And then my last one I did was the offset triple time stamping. So that's this one, and that one is going to Diane. All right. So again, comment, share either on my Facebook page, Artfully Stamped with Tracy, on my Artfully Stamped with Tracy YouTube channel, or just the Stamp with Tracy group. You can comment or share on any of those, and I will enter you for a draw to win one of these cards. And I think that is it for today. So I will get, I'm going to just put the measurements up. I'm not going to put the specific supplies because they are not available anymore, but I will put the measurements up for the pieces of the card, either later on today or tomorrow. And I will put the video up on YouTube. Yes, and so that will be in the description part of the video a little bit later on. All right, have a great day, everyone. Hopefully you can make the most of our rainy weather or a little bit sunny weather that Kevin has. And we will see you again next week, same time, same place.